it.
Hey!
We did it.
We fucking made it. I have a bunch of things from the practice room cuts when it was called the practice room. I think we did like 3 episodes when we still thought it was practice room, and then we found out some other jerk offs have the practice room as a fucking podcast, and it's they don't do much. We could probably take that shit over, but that's money because then you'd have to trademark it or copyright it or something.
Well, they might not have a trademark.
That's what I'm saying. So we could do that, but
right.
It's already established. We already have a theme song. It's done.
It's done.
We're episode 30.
Right now?
30. Yep.
Wow,
Yep.
30.
I know.
So that's what? How many with video? Is that 10 with video?
No, I think we have 7 videos up, so this will be 8.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How have you been? What's been going on this week?
I stopped reading that other book, The Blood Meridian, that I was talking about last week. Not like stop. I just need to take a fucking break from it. It's hard to read it in general, and I just don't have a lot of fucking time. I had more time last week. So I found the audiobook for No Country for Old Men and been listening to that. I listened to, I don't know, almost 3 hours today. I think it's only like a 8-hour audiobook, so I got almost through half of it today. But a lot of have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
A lot of the conversation in it, they kept really fucking true, like movie to book kind of shit. Like that whole interaction with, not the whole interaction, but the main interaction with, now I can't remember the fucking guy's name. No, the killer guy.
Javier Bardem.
That's his real name, but like in the fucking thing, I can't. It's like Shargru or I can't remember his fucking name. I've been listening to it for 3 hours today. I can't remember his fucking name. But the interaction where he flips the coin for the fucking shopkeeper,
yeah,
that's like word for word book to movie until the very end where he's like talking about the whole reason for the coin. That's switched up. In the book, it's not as like kind of funny because at the end he's talking about don't put it in your pocket, then it becomes another coin. He says that shit, but then in the book he's kind of more grim about it. In the movie he's like, because I mean that's just not any coin, that's your coin, but it is just a regular coin,
right?
He doesn't say all that shit, he doesn't make like a quip at the end. He's just a fucking stone cold killer in the fucking book.
Did he have that cattle?
Yes, yeah, they go into so much more, obviously, so much more detail in the book about shit. It's still kind of, the way he writes it is still also like the Blood Meridian thing, so it's kind of all over the place, but it's a little easier to digest because there's more characters and there's more speaking parts of it. And the audiobook that I'm listening to, the guy is really good with like the accents of like Texas people, and he does when women come on, he's like, "Boo, hey, like it's fucking way high pitched, but it's clearly a man. Like it's clearly him. What do
you listen to your audiobooks on? Like what?
Well, I was gonna listen to it on Spotify, but I didn't like the person that they had narrating it, so I found it on YouTube, and they had somebody else. I think at the very beginning they talk about when the movie came out, and then they talk about when this audiobook came out, like a copyright they have to put it at the beginning, and I think it was like a year later, so it was like pretty fresh. And I like listening to audiobooks, but I only like listening to audiobooks if they differentiate characters and their voices, or it's kind of like that old talkie radio shit where like you hear things in the background where like you still use your imagination, but like when they're talking about somebody walking up the stairs, you hear click, clack, click, click, that kind of shit. They would have like 2 people doing the book, and then they would have a guy off to the side doing all the stupid little sound effects, right, like in the 1940s or whatever the fuck it was,
I've only listened to one audiobook.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about this. Like, so I'm reading the actual Blood Meridian, but I'm listening to No Country for Old Men. But like, if somebody listens to a bunch of audiobooks and they get the book in, do they still get to say, I've read that book?
Yeah.
But they didn't read it, though.
I mean, you could argue that they get it in a different way. I mean, because
When you read your kid a book, do you say that my kid read this book?
No.
Right. So like, If somebody reads me a book like I'm a
so.
child,
Yeah,
does it
I
mean
guess
that
I hadn't had
read that
anybody
book?
read me a book in so long. I haven't really.
That's
thought
the
about
audio
the
book thing
logistics
that I
of it.
think of it. It was like, like I'm also the book that I'm reading is online, so it's not like I don't have a physical thing I'm swiping, while I read it. But I am reading it. But this other one is somebody reading me a story, and like I said, I like little things into it, so it turns it into more of like a show than just somebody reading word for word. I mean, hopefully not in that the voice, but that's what I thought about was like when I read my kid a book, I don't fucking say, "Oh, my kid read this book." Like they heard the book, so I've heard of this book. I know what it's about, but I didn't read the book. But
I guess
technically, I read the book.
I just recently got to the point to where I accepted that if somebody listened to it, they've read it. And now you brought up that, and it sounds like that actually is a pretty good
it
point.
fucks it all up, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
because
my kid was reading at 1. At
Yeah.
6 months, my kid was reading. My kid read fucking Cat in the Hat at 1 month old.
Right, but are you ever reading a book and you're just reading it and you feel like you just get lost in I've read like 50 pages of it already and I'm just reading and I'm not really absorbing anything
All
anymore?
the fucking time. That's why I'm only 3 hours into this shit, because I had it playing all day at work, where I worked fucking 8 hours. Now, granted, I didn't listen to it while I was taking lunch, but for the rest of the time I'm listening to it, but I would have to stop and rewind shit because I'm working,
it's the
so it's
same.
like I missed it. But I did that same shit, especially in like school.
Yeah.
Or like college shit. It's like I'm reading, I'm trying to comprehend shit, and then your mind, like you're so focused on it, you almost like meditate out of reading the fucking book. It's like I'm in it. I'm gonna fucking comprehend this shit, and I get it, and I get it, and get it, and then there's a thing that I'm thinking about, and then now like I'm 20 pages deep, and I don't fucking know where the fuck I am anymore.
Right. And I don't remember who John is.
Not
Right.
even a little.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this was a pivotal moment for a thing that I missed fucking 5 sentences ago. Sentences.
I may have told you this, but I tried to read 10,000 Years of Solitude.
What's that?
It's this book by I can't remember the guy's name. He's very popular.
That's
He
fine.
wrote-
Just the
he
story.
Wrote,
What's
he
the story
wrote
about?
Love in the Time of Cholera as well.
I've heard of it. I don't know what the fuck
it's
it
a
is.
famous South American author. Anyway, tried to read this guy's book. It's a fucking thick ass book.
Right?
There's 1,000 characters. It feels like they introduce 10 characters per page.
Fuck that.
And at one point, they build this character up. This is the one story I remember that just drove me crazy because like I'd read this, a lot of small print.
Right.
It's hard to read in the first place, the way it's written, but you can tell it's a book. Once you get finished, you're going to be able to tell people you finished.
I
this
fucking
book.
did it.
Yeah, I read this. It's my favorite.
It's like
book.
your War and Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Act
read
like
Pride and Prejudice.
you'd be an asshole about it.
Of course, yeah.
But they built this girl up for like three fucking pages, which is a lot of reading.
That's
for
a
this
small
book.
print. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
The pages are this long.
it's just like thick and fucking trogged along. But
Yeah.
anyway, the girl eventually they just went, and then she got some sort of disease that made her eat mud, and all of her teeth fell out, and that's it. Moved on. Like, oh, fuck this book. Fuck this book.
So
Anyway, that was the kind of thing that kept happening. They'd like have a character, they build it up for so long, and then all of a sudden they're dead. It's fucking 50 years later.
yeah,
something
this
like
isn't
that.
the
It's like-
fucking Game of Thrones, man. I want to fucking like get some arcs in here.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I just need to like get some fucking characters developed or
Right.
something like that
Yeah.
before they're gone.
Right.
Or I have to come back to them like 2 chapters later. and
did
I
you
forgot
ever
what they
read
did.
House of Leaves?
No.
Do you know of this book?
No.
The
probably
fucking pain in the ass to read. Like, so I borrowed it from a friend, and I was committed because you have to commit to this fucking book. It's a great story, but it is a fucking pain in the ass to get to that story. And I think it's like 800 pages, and I feel like I got like 400 to 500 pages in, and it's not even like 400 to 500 pages. It's well, to cap it off, I left it in a house that I moved out of, and I couldn't go back for it. And then when I could go back for it, I found out that the house had burned down. So fucking, like
There's no
they sell
chance.
it, they sell it all these fucking places, but I can't fucking bring myself to fucking pay the money for it because it's a one-time book. There's no point that I'll ever fucking read this book again. But I don't want to read it on an e-reader. It's not a book you can read like that. You have to have the physical book. The whole story of this book is that it is a book about a movie. And it's like a guy found a story that a guy had written about a movie that doesn't fucking exist. And the movie is played out in it. And the movie's fucking cool. And I think they actually kind of made a Kevin Bacon movie out of it where this sounds so stupid, but like the premise of the movie is that there is a hallway in a house that is longer inside than it is outside. And when they figure this shit out, then it leads to a staircase. And the staircase leads into who fucking knows? It never ends. And I didn't get to the end, so I don't know what the fuck happens with it. But at the same time, you have to read about the guy that's writing about this fucking movie that never existed. So he's telling you stories about like the people that were in the movie. It's not all about the movie. And then there's another story about the guy who found the story about the movie and all of his bullshit. And at the bottom of a lot of pages, most pages, there's cliff notes. And you have to fucking like go to the back of the page where it's the fucking index and read all this fucking crazy shit. None of it fucking matters. Like, it took me so long. I'm 200 pages deep before I realized it's completely fucking made up. All of these fucking, all of the cliff notes for like Harvard scientific papers and all this kind of shit that you're trying to read. And like some of it's in the back, some of it's not. They're referencing things, so it's got a fucking star next to it. And you look down, it's like a fucking thing that goes like this, and then some of them go like this, and then they go the whole the next page, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then it jumps back into the story. Yeah, the references are completely fucking made up.
Fuck, man. Fuck.
Then there's
I
a
would be
fucking
so
thing,
pissed
dude.
off.
I was so pissed.
Yeah.
When I'm so deep in it, and I'm
Yeah.
like reading all the cliff notes. I'm not looking this shit up, but I'm reading it, and it looks legit. I don't know anything about this book. Like, I didn't look anything up. I tried to go into it blind. And then, 200 pages deep, I figure out this isn't a fucking thing. None of these fucking things are real. Like, none of this fucking shit is real. But there are things where it's like, there's a whole fucking story, but then at the back half of the book, there's an entirely fucking another fucking story that you have to read to get parts of this story. So there's a point where the third person narrator, the guy who finds the story about the movie, talks about his mother, and she sends him a note that is detailing what they're doing to her in this fucking nursing home that he put her in. But it's all fucked up. It's all backwards, and it's like 2 pages long. And he references it. You don't have to read it, but why wouldn't you fucking read it? But to read it, you have to take every fucking word and turn it around. Like, I wrote it down. I fucking took every fucking word and turned it to what it was and write it all into my fucking phone. And it's fucked up, but like, holy shit, it took me like 30 fucking minutes just to do that. For a book. For a fucking book, man. I'm not even halfway done with this fucking book, and it burned to the ground. And now I have to spend $40 to get it again to figure out what the fuck happened.
You should go to the library.
No, I don't want to read it like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I want to fucking own it and then burn that bitch when I fucking finish
Somebody
it.
else
Like,
did. They like read it
yeah.
and was like, "Fuck this apartment."
Fuck this whole fucking book. No, it was a stupid thing. Was we had moved out of this fucking house, and then some people moved in and just kind of squatted in it, and then all the electrical was kind of fucked up anyway, so they like plugged a bunch of shit into one fucking outlet, and it exploded.
Right.
And it was also underneath a fucking AC, like a window unit that dripped into the fucking house. So it was like fucking
Done.
lit that whole bitch on fire. Like, well, I'm done. I'm out of here anyway. I don't give a fuck what happens there.
I used to live in an apartment that still had a fuse box. Like it was built in like 1940 or something.
Like the ones
that.
where like if something like you had to fucking unscrew it and pull it out.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, no
dude,
shit.
Dude, what?
And I had to go find. I was like going to Walmart. I was like, I bet they don't even make these.
There's no
motherfuckers.
way.
They had them. Yeah, they had them there.
Are there just light bulbs now?
No, they were.
Like they're fucking
they
nothing.
were-
Like,
I believe they're the same ones from the 70s because I was waiting to see like a new improved
right,
version.
yeah.
That you
Like,
could
this
put
lasts forever. This is the LED of fucking fuses.
Right.
Yeah.
None. Still
No.
the same fucking things. Anyway, this goddamn apartment was so old and fucked up. It had
Where was this at?
It was in Covington.
Oh, wow.
It burned down after I left. That's
Of
what
course
you
it
reminded
did.
me
Yeah,
of.
okay. All right.
The guys below me were doing
Below me.
below me.
Sorry. Yep.
The old folks below me. They were doing Dilaudid. So
Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
they were like almost 70, or they looked almost 70.
Completely blown out of their minds.
Yeah. They'd be
Blowing you 24/7.
They'd be washing their car at like 3 a.m. or something
Right,
like
yeah.
that, and be like, "What is
Completely
happening?"
fucked up.
Well, I knew they were on drugs. I just didn't know what kind of drugs. And whenever
Old people drugs,
when
man.
I finally asked him, he's like, Dilaudid. He's like, when did you get into Dilaudid? And he's like, in the 70s.
Oh,
Like,
shit. Okay.
yeah.
So I thought it was because, like, when people get older, it's like, oh, this hurts, everything fucking hurts. So they just like pump you full of
No,
drugs.
I don't
It's
know.
like-
I don't know if it was like that. These people, I believe, were injecting it. So,
Yeah, they were. They probably got it legit because they're old as fuck and was like, oh, no, we know how to fucking take this drug. Don't worry about me.
maybe so, but I know in that apartment, my water heater, whenever the guy was he was fucking lighting the pilot light
Yeah.
under. He's like, I shouldn't do this. I should condemn this water heater. I was like, why? Well, I really need it. Do you think it'll light up? He's like, I think it will. So he lit it up and was like, it does. And he left. And yeah, I should
What?
not have done it.
What the fuck is that? You have to tell me more things. Like, you can't just leave. I wouldn't do this.
I had
then do it and then just leave.
I had,
why? Why shouldn't I do this?
I had two gas heaters, one in the bedroom and one in the living room.
Okay.
And I would light the one in the living room all the time, and it would the floor would be hot.
Yeah,
on the outside of
dude,
it. It was
yeah.
scary just using it.
Dude, we had a gas heater in that house that burned down, and wood paneling
Right.
behind it. Like, we ended up painting it, and I filled in all the fucking cracks with sheetrock mud, just flammable hazards all over the place. I think it fucked up, and I had to end up we had to take it out every year before we started it up to clean out everything, all the coils, all the fucking lines, every goddamn thing, because it never fucking worked right. It's like, this is gonna burn the fucking house down. And it was to the point too where sometimes it wouldn't work, and it was such a small house. It was all gas, so you just turn the fucking oven on. You just have little tiny fires going on with the oven. Just burn the fucking house down. Fucking Jesus, man!
You just reminded me of when I would walk up to the house. I was on the second floor, and those guys on the Dilaudid were below me.
Blowing you.
Yes. Every time I'd walk by him, he'd go, hot today. And the woman would go, it's so hot, so hot. Ah, it's hot. And every day it'd be pretty much the same thing. They would just talk about the weather. Cold one, huh? Cold, so cold. Ah. I called them the weather people.
I don't know whether they're gonna die today or
I
not.
don't know whether they're going to do Dilaudid today.
Oh
they
wait,
did.
yes, it's a 100% chance.
I don't really have a reference for what
Flurries
that drug
in the no, fuck no.
does.
Dilaudid, I feel like it's more of a heroin kind of fucking thing. Dilaudid is the shit that they give you when you're in extreme fucking pain in the hospital. That puts you under. I would imagine it's a heroin kind of fucking effect.
I heard
Yeah.
they gave it to Vietnam vets.
They gave everything to the fucking Vietnam vets.
Yeah.
And yeah, but no, the Dilaudid's been around for a long time.
Right.
And they stopped prescribing it as a regular thing. It's more of, I'm saying, when you're getting out of big surgery, you'll get Dilaudid. I think my mom got Dilaudid when she got out of back surgery, spinal fucking surgery.
Yeah, I'm calling it Dilaudid. You're calling it Dilaudid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be
Drugs.
completely wrong. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The drugs. But it was intense. My mom couldn't even fucking take it. It was making her fucking throw up, and she was like, I'd rather just not take fucking drugs than this.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what it was, but I feel like that's what it was because it's fucking heavy duty. It is for when I feel like it's a step below or above morphine. One of those two. It's the shit that when I think when I got my fucking hand all busted up and they did surgery on it, but I was in fucking charity, so it wasn't good surgery. They fucking gave me heavy duty shit.
What happened with your hand again?
Oh yeah, I crashed a car. Yeah, and then woke up and
Why did you sleep?
because it knocked me unconscious when I crashed the car. crashed the car into a tree. Should have been dead. 100% should have been dead. But, you know, Chevy, they're good for not killing you.
Right.
And I was down close to like Fire Tower Road. And allegedly, I got out of the car. And I was pretty close to where I was living. Only one car passed us. And it was like 2 in the fucking morning. And they knew somebody that was actually in the car with us. And they were like, "Are you guys okay?" And like, "Oh, yeah, we're fine." Like, get the fuck out of here. Don't call the cops.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I had somebody from my house come pick us up. And we had to drive somebody back out to Covington to bring him to the hospital. My wrist is completely fucking shattered the entire time. It's like, I'm not going to the fucking hospital. I am trashed. I was drunk as fuck.
Why do we always do that? Like, we just avoid the hospital whenever we're
Because I'll get arrested. I 100% get arrested for that shit. That's why I didn't do it. And then I went and got my shit fixed the very next day. And then later that day, a cop came to my house and was asking about what was going on because they found my fucking car. And like, "We found all these beer cans next to your car." I was like, "Well, it's in the ditch in the fucking, you know, off Fire Tower. There's a lot of fucking beer cans in the ditch, man. Like, it wasn't in the car, right?" Like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to tell you, man. Like, I wasn't drinking. I got into a fucking wreck. I was concussed. I didn't know what to do. I called the only person that I thought of at that point, and then I fucking did this. It's not what happened, but yeah, that's what I fucking told him. And instead of getting a fucking DUI and probably reckless endangerment and whatever the fuck else they could charge, I got to fucking leaving the scene. And that was it. I think I paid $600. And I did no fucking time. I didn't have to go through any fucking drug court or anything like that. You know? So that was the first one. That was a good one. It wasn't. It was fucking terrible.
I totaled a car. I totaled my Saturn at 6:00 in the morning. I totaled a guy's work truck. It was the business's truck, not his truck.
Right, yeah.
Luckily. Because, like, he didn't lose his personal truck at
Right,
this.
but still.
I fucking totaled it.
Right.
With this Saturn, I just fell asleep. Fucking hit the guy. I've been up all night. Yeah. Fucking hanging out in New Orleans. Drive
That's
back
what
to
it is, man.
Drive
Shit.
back to Hammond. I have no
Yeah.
memory of driving back.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just life I was living back then.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean?
It was back then. It
Yeah.
was fucking nasty. You know, it was fucking like the Wild West back then too.
It was, and
it was,
I felt
man,
like that too. Like all the
Dude,
time, I felt like just
I didn't give a fucking not a shit about it. It was so many less cops, so many less repercussions for things. Like, it didn't completely destroy your life on a lot of shit, and a lot of times they would just fucking let you go. You know,
dude. Whenever that happened, that's what I was going to tell you. That I hit that guy's car, and I was passed out. Like, I had the airbag was out in the car and everything like
Right.
that. And
God,
I woke up to him being like, "Man, you totaled the fucking truck out. Look at it. Or totaled my truck out.
Right.
Look at it right now." I looked over there. It's all fucked up. I'm like, I can't get out of the car. My car door's stuck. I'm like, He's like, "You need to get out of the car." I'm like, Eventually, I don't remember how I got out, but I'm standing in front of at least 2 cops. And like, "We smell liquor all on you," and stuff like that. I'm like, not saying a word.
no,
because I just
don't say. Also, never say anything to the cops ever.
Also, don't drink and drive.
Also that.
Yeah.
But if you do, which I don't know, but never talk to the cops. Get a fucking lawyer. 100% get the lawyer.
Anyway, somehow my sister was driving by.
No.
And I pretty much just
I was actually just kind of waiting. I was sitting in this blown out car waiting for my sister.
dude, they fucking had my car up on a tow truck, I believe, right away. And
Right.
so I just jumped in the car with my sister and left. And is there no ticket? There was no ticket, no anything.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
I
I was so fucking crazed because I was sitting at my sister's house, just not even know where my car was going.
Oh, man.
And
yeah.
like,
I have a story with Simon. I'm going to have him tell us. But I have a story kind of like this.
Really?
Yeah, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
well, anyway, I just got away with it, and I was just sitting at my sister's house like, what the fuck just happened? Like, my car's gone, but luckily I didn't get a DUI. My parents are here. They're pissed.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
They're real pissed. And I'm like fucking 26 or something like that at the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was a rough one. I still didn't sleep at
I
that
had a
point
good
either.
story. I don't know if I should tell it because it's not really my story. I mean, I was there, but it's, I don't know. If my wife wants me to do it.
Yeah, don't tell that story then.
All right. Well, look, I'm going to go pee. You get your suggestions ready. Because I see you got the phone ready.
Yeah.
Keep them entertained.
Yeah.
I'm
awesome.
going to green screen myself in. I won't. I don't know how to do that yet. But yeah. I do it. I do have more stories about drunk driving, but it's a terrible thing. It's not good, you know?
All right. Well.
We should do the suggestions. Let's
Let's do
All
that.
right. I'm going to do the pee first. I'll be right back.
All right. No problem.
All right.
All right. Gonna get to talk. Well, get to talk about what a jackass Earl is.
I'm sorry.
You can get around me? Oh, awesome.
I'm too fat. I'm too fucking fat.
I just thought I was closer to that amp.
No, it's pretty good. Oh, all right.
You right? See if that works. It doesn't look like it will, but we'll see. Hide the evidence.
Sorry, it was so much pee.
Was it?
It was a fucking lot more than I thought it was going to be. That's for sure. Yeah. What the fuck is this?
Ah!
Sit down on this, asshole.
I thought it would work. You know, I've been holding on to that for like 3 weeks.
Fuck. I'm sorry. Fuck. I should have just done it. God damn. You know what? I can come back. I can cut this.
No. I'd rather it just like that.
Like, that's my face. Oh no!
Oh, a
What?
whoopee cushion.
What the fuck? I shit myself. I'm sorry.
I went through the trouble of trying to find the bluish shirt I had to match.
It didn't even look. You didn't even lay it across it. It just looked like a shirt sitting on my fucking chair. Because it has the logo too. So it's like, what is this?
You're gonna see me putting that together.
I love it. I'm just like carefully placing it on. I just get back in. Like,
Not that
what
great.
the fuck is this? What is this fucking shirt doing on my fucking? I thought it was a shirt for me, and then I picked it up. It was like, oh, this is a weird fucking squishy thing. It's a fucking whoopee cushion. I'm sorry, I ruined your joke.
It's perfectly fine.
I can go back out and go back in.
Oh no,
I won't cut it.
Did you see how much I laughed? That was perfect.
That was good. All right.
That was exactly what I wanted to happen.
I laughed.
Like, to me,
I
was
feel like
thinking-
I'm laughing more now than what if I had said on it.
Exactly. My thought was, no matter if this works or doesn't, something's gonna happen while you're taking a piss, and I don't have to just sit here. And
like it. Do you have there has to be a list, right, of like Earl piss moments? Like, what can I do?
No, but I had to buy whoopee cushions.
Multiple whoopee cushions now.
3 of them, and not only that.
Are they in different sizes?
This is the first fucking time I've ever seen that. You'll see on the video.
Yeah, you got to
before.
blow it up like
Yeah,
that.
you got to put this tube in there.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
doesn't
you
just
blew it
no,
up like this.
No, that's the whole thing. Is it locks it in? Like you have to like put usually it's a straw, but yeah, no, because it would just.
Two of these bitches in here. I'm set.
Is that a metal straw? Is it reusable? You
Yeah.
killing turtles? What's going on?
Well, they're gonna get a metal straw up their fucking nose.
Yeah,
it's gonna be harder to get out than the plastic.
No, they're gonna snort so much coke with that.
Dude, I got hardly anything. Okay.
Did you already hit the button?
No.
All right, hit it. It's TJ suggestions.
Today it's only 2.
That's fine. They're gonna be so good.
This first one's pretty good. The second one is not. The second one's an observation.
It's gonna be better than this one. Let's go.
Okay. First one.
All right.
I hate having to shit with a jacket on.
Why don't you take your jacket off?
Like, think about if you're out in public. You just can't fucking take your jacket off. You had to, like...
What does that mean? If you're out in public, you can't take your jacket off.
Like you're in a fucking stall.
They don't
You're
have
you
hooks
came
on
in-
it.
I don't know.
I feel like a lot of the places I have when you look on the back of the door. Or
Okay,
something on
if
the
I'm
side, they
being
have a
honest
fucking
here, it
thing.
has got nothing to do with that being out in public. I never take a shit out in public. Okay?
No, never.
Well, if I have to, I do.
That's what. Yeah,
But
like
it's
I have
hard-
no
that's hardly
problems.
ever.
Like I don't. Yes, if I'm going out and about and I think I might have to take a shit, I'll go out or I'll sit down and like, excuse me, maybe this happens, but I have no problems. Like I shit in bar. I shit at this place,
Dude.
I'll tell you this right now. Literally, where we're at, there are 2 bathrooms. One is men's, one is women's. When you go into the women's, it says, "Don't come in here unless you're a woman." So,
You
for
definitely shit there.
10 minutes every week, I identify as a woman.
I like that. It's fluid.
That's a fucking thing too. Is like, what the fuck is the matter? Like, literally, there are no. This is not. That was a fucking stupid joke. But there are no fucking women on this fucking floor.
I saw that girl drummer opened up the door for me whenever I was
upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs.
Yeah. All right. Well, never mind then. I just shit in women's.
I do
What
that
I
wherever
do
I go.
is I shit in the women's bathroom because I don't want to have to sit on the fucking. When you go up here, it's like nobody's shitting in the men's bathroom. They're going in there pissing. They're pissing on the fucking seat. They're pissing everywhere. Like I don't want to fucking
Not
do
us.
that. No, not us.
We clean piss.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously.
Also, I clean poo. That's why I don't wipe.
Yeah, dude. One of our friends, one of my wife's friends' kids, do not wipe their ass. They told him at like 10 years old. He's like, "No, I don't wipe my ass."
What?
It's like, "No, I don't,"
Why?
because apparently he just does clean shits.
That's lie.
Shit,
That's
yeah.
a lie.
That's
a
what we
lie.
all
That's
said.
100%
His
lie.
parents, me, Lizzie,
Right.
everybody was like,
I
"No,
mean, I guess
you
maybe-
have to fucking."
Technically, at 10, you probably don't have much hair around your butthole. But once
Still.
you hit 13, 12, 13, you don't wipe your ass, 100% you're shit boy. You smell like shit. You probably smell like shit right now.
Yeah, I would
But
imagine your shit.
after
like,
your fucking hair can catch shit around that area, no, dude, no. There's no clean. There's no such
I
thing.
can't imagine him still doing.
Is
it.
there a thing as clean as shit?
No, not
No,
for me.
there's no fucking thing.
It's shit.
Never. It's
not
shit.
clean.
No. Oh my god, dude! I know you don't have to fucking deal with this kind of shit.
Here it
I went to
comes.
fucking go take a shit today because obviously I drink a lot of coffee at work. I have to fucking shit at a certain point.
Okay.
And I go to the fucking bathroom. Now, at the end of this, I'll explain why I felt bad about it. But when I walked in, I go to the fucking back stall and I go in and it's the fucking toilet seat ring that you can put on it, the fucking paper. And there's toilet paper. There's fuckloads of toilet paper in the fucking toilet. There's shit in the fucking toilet. Nobody flushed it. I fucking hit the flush. It's like, what the fuck, man? You know, like, who does that? Who fucking shits, completely lays everything out, wipes their ass multiple times so there's a mound of fucking, like, toilet paper covering the shit, obviously shits, doesn't flush, just gets out. And then I was like, I'm also in the handicap stall. Maybe they couldn't, but Also, I feel like if you can lay all of these things out and do all of this
You're
and then
handy-capable.
get out of it back into your spot,
But you're already.
why couldn't you fucking hit that toilet thing? Also, I've never seen anybody that required the handicap stall, like, in
Maybe-
that sense.
Maybe if you're talking wheelchair, maybe
Right.
they get off the toilet and they're over here on the wheelchair, and then you got to lean over the toilet to reach the
You
thing.
couldn't have done that. You couldn't have done that. You
He's
couldn't
just
have
like,
fucking
fuck. He was
thrown your
just like-
leg at it, like, like.
Took me 10 goddamn minutes to get back on the goddamn chair. Fuck that thing.
Yeah,
That's probably
I know,
what he's
right?
like.
But I've never seen anybody on my floor in a fucking wheelchair.
Right.
I've never seen anybody handicapped enough
On
to
your floor?
Yeah.
So maybe they don't have handicap stairs or something like that.
No, they have an elevator.
Oh, okay.
But like, I've never seen anybody in a fucking crutches or in a fucking wheelchair getting up to my floor and going about. And then if you can maneuver yourself to where you can lay out the fucking thing where you have to pull it out, put it down, wipe your ass a million fucking times, and then put yourself back in, and everything stays perfectly on the toilet. You didn't drag anything trying to get yourself away from that, and then you can't flush it. You're a piece of shit. As a fucking handicapped person, you're a piece of shit. As a real person, that sounded fucking bad. As a person who's not handicapped,
A real person. Did you hear that? Oh, God. This is great. Keep going. Keep going.
fucking flush the fucking toilet, you shit monster. What the fuck is this? Why did I have to kick? Why did the fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme the fucking toilet to?
I'm surprised
like,
it flushed. Because I was waiting for you
Same,
to tell
dude.
me it was just like,
It actually worked out so much better than I thought, because I'm looking at it and like when I flushed it, for some reason, some of the toilet paper grabbed onto the seat cover and yanked that bitch off.
I
Or
think
like
that's how
maybe
it's
it's
designed.
I think there's a thing that like drops in. Either way,
Yeah.
it was fucking insane. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? And there was somebody in the stall next to me, and like when I walk in, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like very loud. What the fuck, man? Like, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck however handicapped you are. Flush your motherfucking toilet, you disgusting motherfucker.
okay. Jesus.
They weren't handicapped. I will say that with
Confidence.
100% certainty. I've been there for a year and a half. I've never seen anybody ever go into that stall that actually needed it as a handicapped person. Ever. I've never seen anybody on my fucking floor that is in a wheelchair or in crutches or any fucking thing. If you're in crutches because you broke your foot, you can wipe your ass a million times. You can't flush the toilet behind you. Fuck off.
Maybe if he puts the.
That's what I'm saying.
crutch
But he
up.
didn't.
I think you're going hard.
I'm going hard on whoever fucking did that. It was disgusting, man. Like, ugh. What the? It was an entire shit. An entire, like, there was, I could see beginning to end. I could, like, map this out. Suggestion 2.
Okay, all that was I hate taking a shit with a jacket on. I think what I was
Also,
gonna.
both stalls have a place where I can hang my jacket.
Well, I guess this was what it was. Is I had to take a shit so bad I ended up on the toilet still with my jacket on, and then I was like, oh, this ain't the way.
Was
to
this
be.
like out in the public though?
No, this at my house, so I just threw it off right away.
Why did you take it off while you're shitting?
Well, I did.
Okay,
I
yeah,
did.
yeah.
I didn't just leave it on, but I just realized I had my jacket on. But
Yeah, I don't
can't-
I don't enjoy it, you know. I take mine off though, because usually there's a place to hang it.
yeah.
If it's the entire stall is not covered in shit.
Okay, that band. You remember we played Euclid. Our band, Dead Spies.
That's
that
us.
we never actually shout out on here. We
Why
just talk
don't
about
we?
books.
But yes, yeah. Books
Talk
with
about
dead
books and
babies
shit.
and fucking
Shitting with jackets on. Okay.
We're in a band. It's a punk band, and we write songs about exactly this.
Well, not shitting, but
The next one will be.
okay. What I wanted to say was when we played there with shout out Morons, shout out
Dummy Dumpster.
Dummy
Yeah, well,
Dumpster.
it was the guy. I can't. Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike from
can't
Dummy Dumpster. I can't remember his last name. I'm sorry.
Was it Washed Out? Was the band that you told me that he's like
Yeah.
that album?
Yeah.
That song is the Portlandia song.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
Well, I didn't fucking know. I was like, it feels like it was on Vice or something like that. I was like, then the other day I watched Portlandia. I was like, that's it. That's what I bought that record.
It's so good,
Yeah,
right?
It's really good.
Yeah, it's
But-
really good. I've listened to the whole thing. It's really good.
Listened to 2 songs at the wrong speed on my record player because I didn't know that until I got.
Did you like it better though?
I liked it better whenever it went to the right speed.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because there was an album that me and my buddy Simon, you know Simon, but I have to say buddy, whatever.
Yeah.
It was Dredge's first album. Dredge, Leitmotif. It was their first album, and it was back when you found out about new music, it was because somebody had fucking burned you a CD.
Right.
Like I didn't buy this. How would I know about this shit? And it skipped a lot. So you could listen to about the first minute of the first song, and then it would skip to the second song, but like 10 seconds into it. But it was a concept album, so it actually kind of made sense, but it was so weird that like we had the CD and listened to it so many fucking times that when we actually bought the album and listened to the entire first song, it's like, I'm not really, I mean, I like it, but it's got a different feel now. It's not how I liked this album. I guess maybe like imagination wise. But I mean, obviously I grew to love it, but it was so weird hearing the actual fucking song versus listening to it for a year over and over, where we would just skip through the album. It's like, oh, we just kind of listen to what we want to listen to. But it technically it's an entire concept album.
And you need to listen to, or
You need to listen
should
to it
at
begin to
least-
end. Yeah, beginning to end.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite concept album?
It's Leitmotif. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I went and saw them. Oh my God, it was such a fucking good show. I went and saw them with Circa Survive, which I love. They're a fucking
Shitty new metal band.
2000s emo fucking band. So fucking good. The singer has such a high fucking falsetto voice of shit. And I feel like I mix up 2 shows when I talk about the show, but I feel like I saw Dredge with Circa Survive and this band Code 7, which I liked a lot, but I didn't realize Code 7 was a fucking emo band. I listened to them when they had this like trippy kind of fucking it was when I was into Sparta, and it felt like a trippier Sparta, like if you slowed Sparta down, which I guess it would be like if you slowed At the Drive-In down. Okay. And like did that kind of shit. But then I found out that they were like an emo band when I went to the show. So it's fucking screaming and emo shit, and then randomly they would play a fucking song that I liked. Excuse me. Off of the fucking one album that I knew. And then Dredge came through. Oh, I'm sorry, Circa Survive came through. And then when Dredge went on, the singer for Circa Survive came out and sang with them. And I think I went with Brian Rongstad to that show. If it's the one that I'm thinking of, like me and him, like he loves Dredge. So we went to the Dredge show together. Circa Survive was definitely playing. I can't remember the third fucking band. But I remember like it was at the House of Blues. And I was like, I love the side, you know, like when we did Flaming Lips. And it's like, nobody wants to fucking be on the side because it's in front of the speakers, but fuck my hearing. I don't give a fuck, man. Like, I'll wear earplugs, or I won't. But, you know, it's got you got a nice view. You can usually get up closer to the front of the fucking stage because you have to be in front of the fucking speakers. But I'm on top of that shit. I'm fucking singing all this shit, and he's like looking over me at fucking songs that he would never fucking known. But the Dredge shit was amazing. I think they had just put out an album called Bug Eyes, and it was kind of their more mainstream fucking album. Because the first one that they did was Leitmotif, and then they did another one. It was like The Sea or some shit. It was 2 concept albums, and then the third one they say all their fucking albums are concept albums, but the first 2 actually ran together song for song, and then the third one, I guess you could say it ran together in the same sense that it had an entire theme for music style and what was going on with it, but you can listen to each song separately. It wasn't like a back-to-back kind of thing, or like a progression of momentum, you know,
like movements.
Yeah,
and shit
exactly.
like that.
You know, in fact, Leitmotif has fucking things called like movement number 4.
Right.
You know, so
I think so does like Francis the Mute by Mars Volta. I think.
I fucking hated that album, man. Jesus, not like that, but like it just felt so forced to me versus what they've been doing. You know, like how do you fucking
I liked
make
a couple
us?
songs.
But
I
wasn't
didn't like
bad.
it. I didn't
but
like that first or the second or the first full length album.
right, yeah. But I mean, how do you make an album better than D-Louse and the Comatorium? You know,
don't.
and then coming from
You
At
never
the
have,
Drive-In,
I guess.
they haven't. You know, but
No.
their second album wasn't bad. But that was Francis the Mute, right? That was the
Yeah.
second one. It wasn't bad, but it didn't have a begin. Like I can listen to D-Louse and the Comatorium beginning to end.
Yeah.
I don't want to skip songs.
You can't
Francis
find-
the Mute. Fuck that.
You can't find that on vinyl, or I couldn't find it on vinyl. I think all you can.
Oh,
find is
it's
like
gotta be a
weird,
fucking- yeah.
Well, it's expensive,
Right,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
Get the
No.
first pressing of it or something like that.
No, that's what
And
I'm
then
saying.
the
It's
other
like you're
things are
buying it
bad
from
copies.
somebody. You're not getting like they're not pressing it anymore. You're gonna buy somebody's shit.
Yeah, they'll
Right.
eventually put out a new version of it.
You don't have it? I thought you owned it.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Nope. I don't
That's
know.
you know what?
Well, no,
man,
I mean
maybe
I have
that's,
the I have the album, but it's on. Digital.
I would say actually, yeah, 1 and 2 that would be interchangeable is Leitmotif and that fucking D-Louse and the Comatorium, because
I need to
that
check out,
fucking
though.
album is so good. It is verge of perfect. It's so fucking good. It's ridiculously good.
I'm gonna sound like an old man when I say this, but one of the only perfect albums I can remember right off the top of my head is
Don't say Led Zeppelin.
Nope. I'm
Okay.
gonna say "OK Computer" by Radiohead.
That was such a good one.
Well, just because it like
That was really
I heard somebody
good.
talking about it. It might have been like
Man,
it might have been
yeah.
like a Dave Grohl interview or something like that. That he
Right.
whenever he heard that, he knew music was gonna change again. And I think that happened to me. Whenever
Did you own that album?
I borrowed it from somebody who was happy. Well, I was lucky enough to be able to borrow the album and keep it for like a week and be able
Right.
to give it back to the guy. But
That fucking Paranoid Android video
Yeah.
was so good. Is that so?
favorite
Does that
video-
album have Karma Police and shit on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, right.
Like-
No alarm, no surprises kind of shit. Or is
Yeah.
that before? Yeah, that was a fucking iconic fucking Radiohead
Yeah.
thing. I had the next album. My first album was Kid A.
Oh, Kid A.
I
Changed. I had a
loved
friend
it.
of mine.
Fucking fucked my
same,
head up.
The same
like-
Eric, the same
Yeah.
friend of mine that gave let me
You
borrow
clap.
OK Computer. he listened to Kid A. It changed his mind. on
I
shit.
asked for a Radiohead CD. I didn't know Radiohead. I was 15 or 14 or something.
Yeah.
It was like a Christmas gift. And I got Kid A. I put it on, it blew me the fuck away.
Yeah.
It was insane. Like, it was not shit I was listening to. You know, I was into System of a Down, Slipknot, all that kind of fucking shit was going on. It was into Sepultura, Metallica, and then like some Portishead, some Bjork, some fucking like trippy off the wall shit, but that fucking Kid A thing, it threw me through a fucking loop. It was
Have you listened to it lately?
no. I used to cover How to Disappear Completely. I love that fucking song.
Which one's that?
Oh my god.
I didn't get into
Fucking
that.
think about it.
I didn't get into that.
Where's your phone? Look it up, man. Fuck. We'll get flagged. You can only play 7 seconds of it.
I love that video for Karma Police so much.
Where he's running?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually liked was it No
Had to be
Alarms,
so-
No Surprises?
had to be so
Surprises where it's
cheap.
a fucking box of his head getting filled up.
I don't remember that either.
I think that was No Surprises, where it's his head getting filled up with water when the bridge happens, and then when it drops back down, he fucking sings the next verse of it. Man, we're gonna be able to play like a second of this before it gets fucking demonetized. Oh, that immediately got us demonetized.
That we're playing.
We don't get monetized. I don't know what I'm saying like that, but there is like copyright strikes on shit. You know, like we could Radiohead could fucking be like, hey, man.
Come on, man.
No, they just do like fucking. There you go.
Gotcha.
Right, yeah. So I used to cover that song because I love it.
I can't remember that song.
Oh, that was Hail to the Thief stuff.
Oh, was
right?
it?
I think it was.
Oh, I fucking love that bass
Yeah.
line though.
Oh, I know.
And it's so simple.
They
but-
did an entire like studio version of Hail. I think it was Hail to the Thief. What? Fuck. What was the one that had all the fucking like? It looked like a drawing of houses, but they're all stacked on top of each other. Was that Hail to the Thief?
I think that's Hail to the Thief.
Yeah. So they did an entire fucking like UK studio
Live and studio.
live shit. So fucking good.
Yeah,
oh my
man.
god, man! Like
Flaming Lips
Tom
would be
York
like that
fucking-
for me too. Like
That's
because like you'll hear a song, it's like this is unplayable. This
And they
is
do
fucking
it.
unplayable.
They do it.
And you watch them play, and it's like, oh shit. I thought that the
not only
background
do they do it, like
Yeah.
they fucking
they make
put
it
a show.
They will also like by the time you go back to listen to the other version of it after you've seen it live, you're like, it makes sense now. It doesn't
Right,
seem like all that
right.
stuff is impossible. It seems like a real song. Like
I
think
wonder
you
if
almost
that's
need
about
that.
it for like I kind of think about that kind of shit with even our music of things where it's like
Well, our music's amazing.
yes, but like when you hear it on, it's always different live.
Yeah,
Always. Like when any band goes in, you hope to create the same energy you have at a live fucking thing, but there's no way you can actually recreate it because you feed off of the fucking audience. You feed off of everything that could ever be for this song versus when you're in a fucking studio and it's metronome.
It
It's
could be
fucking,
kind of
you know.
interesting to invite some people in.
To
You know,
what?
to when we're recording next time. Put them
Right.
right in front of us whenever we're doing it. And
I think
I mean, it'd be a
how much does
claustrophobic.
it cost to fucking do a week there?
Too much. We don't have.
Does it though? Does it though?
Where are we talking?
I don't know. I'm talking not like a week, but maybe we do like 3-4 days
I'm
You
hoping
know?
to do that.
because all we do is we do one night, one day, and then half a day. So it's technically 2 days. But if we did 3 to 4, we could have a fucking like legit rest day to just listen to things and get things going, you know, and-
This time I'm only gonna have to do 6 songs.
which might
Yeah,
actually fucking free up some time,
that's true.
you know.
54.
Hey. Are we done with the suggestions? I thought you had 2 more. I thought you said you had 2 extra ones.
I don't even remember what I was gonna do. I wanted to have one because I've liked having like us have like a kind of a like a thought provoking question.
Yeah,
we usually
I
have
thought-
on each one, but I
You
don't.
had one, right? Was it, or is it everything
No.
we talked about?
Everything we talked about is
Okay,
just the shit
okay.
with the jacket, and then I guess we're getting deep on shits.
Well, I'm actually kind of getting deep on this fucking music stuff. Like, I'll save some fucking money. Like, I'll throw down money to do extra days. I
says
think that
that
would be
now.
great.
He says that now.
Don't fuck with me, you fucking
He
assholes.
says that
Like,
now.
I'm in multiple cover bands.
I'm
get-
in
I get-
multiple cover bands.
I could literally save some fucking money up, man. Like I feel like every time we do this fucking shit, it's like we do the first day, we get so fucking hyped up about it, we have a fucking big day, and the next day we're dragging ass. And if we could take that day to kind of listen to things and punch up stuff, and then do the third day fresh as a fucking like vocals and fucking end it out, you know, because we came back and did the shit with the new album, and it was really good. You know, we did 3 extra new songs or some shit like in a day and a half.
Yeah.
You know, if we could punch it up like that, I think we could do it. And then we have the whole fucking experience of being out there to write music. You know, like seriously though, you know.
All right. Well, let's end this. We'll talk about this shit off.
Fuck
off.
yeah. Yeah. No, we're gonna continue this from here. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Hey, thank you everybody for fucking
Yeah.
listening to this fucking bullshit. You know, if you made it all the way to the end, You know,
Like and subscribe.
There you
Please.
go.
Talk to you guys later. Is that good enough?
Fuck, that's fine. Yep.
You have something else?
Nope.
Do it.
I don't.
Do it. Go and
Nope.
say something else.
No.
All right.
I'll fuck your mom in there.
Huh.
Yeah.